This conference will now be recorded.
Personally. Okay. ఫ్రెషర్ కదా స్టార్టింగ్ ఫస్ట్ 4 months ప్రొబేషన్ పెట్టి తర్వాత ఫేర్ వచ్చేస్తారు. Okay. So now today we are going to start above with data dictionary. This is nothing but of database program. Usually, every software you go for Java, you go for .NET, you go for any other softwares. You want to communicate database server. There is a big process. We need to use database language called SQL, structured query language. And you cannot directly communicate. You need to create a connection object, database connection. You need to write connection program. Then you have to communicate. Big process. Okay, but here directly we can communicate with above data dictionary. Okay, with above. So database tables records, retrieving and manipulating. Manipulating means storing data, modify data. So manipulating data. Okay, using with two types of SQLs. There are two types of SQLs out there. One OpenSQL, another native SQL. By default, so above, sorry, by default above supports OpenSQL. Okay, understanding. So with OpenSQL, with select and select and select query statement. Okay, we can communicate database tables records and with insert, update, delete, and modify, we can perform data manipulation. These all things we can do by using OpenSQL. Understand? Got the point here. Good. Now with native SQL, we used to communicate non-SAP database servers like Oracle, MS SQL, okay, and Sybase. These all things we can connect. Understand? So with database connection object we can process. Okay, stunning SQL commands. Of course, native SQL also communicates data dictionary with authorization. Until that authorization, you cannot do it. Okay, the basic means has to either your user can do it, communicate, then you can do it here. So by default, all logistics models SAP developed for data communications, manipulations, everything is OpenSQL. Okay, yeah, please note this. Copied?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Over. Yeah. So what is exactly going on with OpenSQL? So with OpenSQL, let us understand about select and select. So it is a statement query. What we'll do here, it's database tables records and fetches output records into internal table. Okay? And from internal table, okay, using loop and loop process, we can read all records. Okay, understanding? So directly, Manu, we cannot read all the select query records. Understand? Got the point here. Good. Here, select performs to read data into tables and fetches into internal table. And what is end select? So end select performs end of select query process. Understanding? So in between select and select, okay, we can read every record fetched data. Read every record fetched data we can read. But after end select, it shows only last record fetched data. Starting, that means suppose there are four records up there. This is end select. There are four records. One, two, three, four. When you come out, only last record is there. That is going to display here. That is the use of select and select. Here, if you apply select star and select, here star symbol to read all fields records. It is used when more than 60% of fields to read. That time we can use. Select field name, space, again field name, again space, field name. Like this, we will use end select. This is, it reads selected fields records. Most of SAP statements select field names only. Very rare to use star because if you want to see all fields on output, we can do it. Okay, understanding? Yeah, please note this. Select and select. Copy. Okay. Well, copy. Yeah. So how the select syntax applies? So we will apply like this. Select field name, space field name. Like this we can mention. And we will mention into. We'll specify the internal table name as item. And here we'll use a keyword from and we'll specify from database table name. Here we will use the where condition. What is where condition? To filter the records. And here we'll specify the key field condition. Okay, fine. And we'll mention end select. So in between select and select process, okay, every record it fetches into internal table. So whatever the record is fetched, we can display that information. Get the point? Comfortable? Okay. So what happens here? So in between select and select, it shows every current record it shows. So here between select and select, it shows every current record fetched date. Okay. And here after end select, it shows only last record. Last record. Okay. Funny. But the select query is a part of a server side process. Understanding? The select and select is a part of a server side process. We cannot see it fires at server side. But we want to know the status, whether it is fire or not. We can check through system field variable. So with system field variable, what is that? S5-subRC. So it returns 0 status. Then record found and fetched into internal table. Okay, it returns 4 is failed, no record found. So like this we can track the information. Okay, the data from select and select. Okay, yeah, please note this. హలో, అది రైట్ సైడ్ గ్లాస్ డోర్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, అక్కడ పైన హెచ్పిది ఉంది కదా, మన అది గ్యాస్ బుక్ దాంట్లో 2 బిల్స్ ఉంటాయి చూడు. అది ఫోన్పే చేసామని, అది చేసామని ఫోన్పే చూడమని డేట్ చూడు ఎంత ఉంది, మర్చిపోయాను నేను మర్చిపోయాను. ఇవాళ సడన్గా చూస్తే డేట్ 27th చేసేయకపోతే మళ్ళీ అందరి పక్కన చూడు, ఇది గ్యాస్ బుక్ ఉంటుంది, దాంట్లో ఉండే 2 బిల్స్, ఒకటి ఓల్డ్ బిల్లు, ఒకటి న్యూ బిల్. ఓకే, న్యూ బిల్ కాంతి తెలుసులే చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, okay, over. Yeah, fine. So now using this we'll try one program. Before that, so there is a event block is there. What is that? Start of session. It is a report event. What is this event? Whenever user input data and submit, automatically this event executes. For what purpose? After start of session, whatever you write the logic to process at server side. Understanding? So what is this event? It executes. So whenever user input and submit data with effect, like of parameters of select options, process the logic at server side. What's the logic? At server side. For example, I have written like this above program. Here, so this is a client side. I declared parameters or select options. What about here? And I declared server side. Here, start of session. Here, you written some commands, select query or whatever, so many commands. So what happens after start of selection? Whatever you given these commands, these are all commands processed at server side. Understand? Got the point here. So these are all commands processed at server side. Understand? Got the point here. And when it will fires, when a user clicked on F8, automatically start of selection files. So here I will write the select query to get the data. Understanding? Yeah, please notice about event block start of selection. Okay, fine, good. So now let us write one executable program. How to write this logic select query? So executable accept vendor number parameter variable. Once user submit F8, okay, show vendor information using LFA1 table of selected fields. That is vendor number, name, city, country code. Suppose if it is not found, show status message. If vendor not found. So how do you write a simple database application? Okay. Yeah, note this executable program. Let me connect server. So as an ABAPer, we should be perfect in real time. We have to develop reports. We have to pick up the data from tables. We should be very good in SQL commands. So how to write, how to retrieve data, these all things very, very important. Okay. So our batch is B12, no? Correct. So now I'm writing. So JP12. Speed got SQL 1. Okay. So vendor information, I'll mention like this. Select and select. Okay. Fine. So first we have to go for a declarations. We have to get the vendor information into internal table. So internally, I will allocate one memory vendor information that is begin of iTab, comma. Here, I'll display the table fields as structure fields, my internal table fields. I'll say LFNR. Type LFN-LFNR. What happens here at runtime? The internal table, this LFNR field refers table field data type. Similarly, lame1, type LFN-name1. And land1, type city. 4001 is the field name, type LFN-4001. Again, land1, type LFN-land. So when you run the program for user process, internal table allocates one memory. Now I want to input vendor number, then I'll mention parameters. It's a vendor type. Here I'm using LFNF, LFNR, and obligatory. What happens here? Runtime, this parameter variable substitutes this table field data type, character of 10. There is a further characteristic help is there. Automate that help also will come. Both the things. After you input and submit, so immediately we can go for a process. Here I'll use an event called start of selection. Here I will write the logic. Okay, OpenSQL to get the vendor information. How do you write? Select. I cannot mention star because I called only three fields, four fields. So LFNR space, name one space, what01 space, land one. Between field and field, you should give one space. And into iTab, from table name, LFA1. And how to filter record where the key field is LFNR in the table field name equal to whatever you entered in the parameter variable vendor. Anywhere it is a single record, so I'll close and select. After that, I will read. It's not a multiple records. But how do you know it is found or not? I can check if size of RC equal to 0. Else, and like this I'll write. Else means it is 4. I will show you command message. Message is a message style command. Okay. And vendor not found. Here I'll use the keyword type yes. S is the status bar. So it shows the test message in status bar. So without using write statement, we can do. If it is equal to 0, record is found, then I'm going to display vendor information. Okay. So at 5, I'll mention within quotes vendor number text, comma 20, and I'll print the parameter variable vendor color 2, comma continuation next lines slash 5. Okay, the name. comma 20, and I'll say from internal table I tab by fun name. Got money. And this also we are getting from internal table only. So I tab by fun LFN. Okay. And here I'll mention this is color 3, comma again slash 5. City name, comma 20. I'll mention I tab by fun what picture 1 from 5, comma slash 5. So I'll mention country code. I'll mention I tab by fun and 1 plus 6. Like that, if it is found from internal table, whatever information I got, I'm showing to internal. Okay. So save, check, and activate. And press F8. Okay. So I will enter 1001. Okay. After when I press F8, you can see that information coming from. Go back. I'll enter some other number. So when I press F8, see that. So like that, we can able to do by using programming. Suppose the same application you want to do in Java and .NET. Chala katal raha hai. Yes or no? Yeah, please copy the code. ఇష్టపడుతున్నావు రాయడానికి? టైం రా అదే ఉంది, ఏదో బటన్ నొక్కితే పోతుంది. పోతుందా? అవును కాదు. అంటే ఇందాక నుంచి అలా ఆన్ చేసి ఉంచారు, టైమర్ వచ్చేస్తుంది, మధ్య మధ్యలో ఆఫ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ఫ్రమ్ 9 onwards it is going on TV. That's why. Copy. What? So try this one application exercise I'll give you for today. Open SQL, you can practice. And executable, accept customer number with parameter variable, user submit, show customer information using KNA1 of selected fields. Customer number, name, okay, house number and street, and city name, postal code, okay, country code, telephone. మాకున్నా ఇంకో ఫోక్ నోట్ చేయండి, 2 ఫోక్ నోట్ చేస్తే మీకు మంచి కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ పెరుగుతుంది. ఎగ్జిక్యూటబుల్, accept material number, okay, once user submit, show material configuration information, using Mara table of selected fields. That is material number, type, and unit of measure. See the field names in Mara table, okay. Cool. Yeah. So that's enough for today. So tomorrow we'll see how to retrieve collection of records. Okay. These all things we'll practice. Okay then. Bye. See you.